So, coming off the previous video, here's our guy. Been waiting to use this guy for a minute. Let's unfreeze him. All right. So if you have this guy that I've given to you, if you want him, you can email me. All right. But let's say, for example, let's say you built him out. And let's say that you built the ears separate from the head. In the old days, this is exactly how we would do it. In the old days, in like the 90s and the early 2000s and stuff, we would actually just rest the ear up against the head of the character. But what happens if you actually want to make it one piece? Okay, like if I select the element, see how the ears don't attach? Well, there's some magicry that we can do in order to make that happen. So let's first just remove this. We'll attach these down. We're going to get some triangles, but that's okay. So I put a hole in his head. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go find this vertex over here behind his jawline and this one in front of his jawline, and we're going to hit the collapse button just like that. And we're also going to do the same thing for the top section too. And that might not work because there's a poly back there. Yeah, that one doesn't want to work because there is a polygon over there hiding. Okay, let's try this one then. If that doesn't want to work, let's just move the ear out a little bit. Check and see what's happening. We can also do this. Select this edge like this and hit bridge. Okay. We can select this one over here and hit bridge. Select this one over here and hit bridge. And just informing you, in an ideal situation, I would, like nowadays, I don't put myself in this position. I don't put myself in the position that I have an awkward piece of geometry in the ear versus a different piece of geometry in the head. This is a very, very old model. But it's okay, we're going to make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start collapsing it all around. I'm going to make it work. Okay, so basically I've got one vertex or one edge right here, but I've got three, 1, 2, 3 that I got to deal with. So what we're going to do, how about we do this? Let's get rid of you. Now I have 2 now. This is what we consider problem solving, right? Ah, I see what I did. There you are. Hiding geometry. That's why it wouldn't collapse earlier. Okay, let's try that again. Backspace. Now I've got 2. Select, hit bridge. Look at that. That's better. Let's just collapse that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're just going to select the 2 adjacent. Hit bridge. Check out the bottom. What you got? What you got? What you got? Ah, you. Goodbye. And bridge. So now this ear is completely attached to the head. Okay. So if I hit F on the keyboard, yes, this ear is all wonky wonk. Who cares? We can take care of that. And just put this like over here. Just adjust the geometry over here like this. Let's pull it to the back of the head like such. Let's back this off a little bit. And technically we have an ear, ladies and gentlemen. That could technically work just fine. Okay, and I can also refine this a little bit and pop that in here. Now, I also have this little area over here where I've just created 2 triangles. Okay, I can actually additionally cut this from here to the jawline. Get rid of this edge. Get rid of that one. And then add this one back in. Nice. Just like that. Just goes to show you a little bit of work will get you. You can also add this back in here if you want to. that would work. Actually, looks pretty ugly. It all looks ugly. This is all rookie stuff here. So if I actually do connect over here, I can come over here and add another connect there. Round the back of the ear out a little bit, depending on how much detail you want to put in. We can connect all the way to the other side of the head, all the way back over there, because we know that that's exactly what was going to happen anyways. I mean, like on a symmetry note. So if I just cut this over here like this, get rid of the verts on his face in the front, hit connect. Basically, we're going to the center of the back of the head, like that. Okay. If I go into the front viewport, probably taking this a little too far, but just basically showing you guys the power of attaching practical objects. Okay, so I have this ear that's been attached. Just smooth the back of his head out just a little bit. All right, and then now I can mirror everything over, like so. Hit copy. See, now I've got the ear attached on this side of the head, and it all connects. So now let's put that weld in practical application. If I hit the attach button here, like so. Okay, I can also hit 3 on the keyboard to go to the border tool. Now what is this going to do? It's going to find the border of the inside of this side of the mesh, and it's also going to find the border on the inside of this side of the mesh. Okay, so what we want to do is select them both, right click and convert to vertex, and now this is where welding is going to come in very nicely. We got a lot of tight verts up here in the nose, so you got to watch that. So if I go to weld and not collapse, so by the way, what happens if I press collapse this? I'm going to destroy the mesh. All those verts are going to converge in one area. We don't want that. Control Z. By selecting the verts all the way down, if I move the threshold, now currently I have 2962 polys for the whole character. After I weld everything, it will go down to 2,877. But if I hit the threshold at 0.001, I'm only getting the vertices that are touching. That's all I want. So I'm going to do 2883. Let's just do it. And let's just check. Do I have anything else that's going to be problematic? Doesn't look like it. So I hit 3 on the keyboard to check one more time. And the only thing that should be there is the mouth, which it is. And that's how you weld other objects together. Now, if you have this mesh and you were in one of my classes, or if you're one of the students that I mentor, don't worry about attaching the ear to the head. That's not what we need done in this lesson. The objective of this lesson is to, number 1, get you familiar with a camera move, get you familiar with modeling, get you familiar with being confident in yourself that you can do this, because this is happening. You need to accept it and take it massive action in order to move forward. The little things like attaching edge loops and getting everything and all your geometry right, that'll come later. So don't push yourself too hard. We're trying to activate neurons in the brain and get you to practice a good habit for right now. So I'm actually going to save this as an additional file just in case I need it down the road for whatever reason. I'm going to call this ears attached. Okay. And let's just go ahead and reset it. Okay. And this is our character. Whoops, wrong file. Go back to here. Now we are reset yet again. Shalom.